Hello and welcome to another episode of Together We Can. As you're probably aware, this website and this channel, in fact, is all about the cam industry and how you can make money, whether you're a broadcaster or whether you want to work as an affiliate or just build your own site. But today we're going to talk about something ever so slightly different, but it kind of ties in, and that is how you can set up your own tube site, which is something like adult videos, and we'll explain in a moment, right after a word from our sponsor. Hello viewers, today's episode of Together We Can is brought to you by ViceTemple. ViceTemple are the leading online providers of hosting for adult websites. The problem with the likes of GoDaddy, Namecheap, all of these, although they are fantastic suppliers, their terms of service do not allow for any adult content. And you might think that maybe you're in the grey area, but why risk it? ViceTemple provide easy to use, simple hosting with great support for as little as $5 if you use our link. Otherwise, it's going to be $10 to $15 a month. But you can get started today for just $5 by using the link in our description. And it also supports us by keeping us afloat because we need those dollar bills. Check out vicetemple.com. The link is in the description below. Now let's get back to the... Now, today we're going to be talking about tube sites and how you can create your own one. Now, again, this channel is usually about camming, so why would we talk about tube sites? Well, a tube site is basically something similar to the likes of Pornhub or Redtube or any of those sorts of sites. And the reason it's important for us to talk about this is because if you've already built an income from the cam industry, then you probably have an audience that very much is interested in tube sites, and it will be very easy for you to convert them into that line of funding. And tube sites also give you another way to draw in connections, draw in viewers, and then sell them on your cam site. So the two very much go hand in hand. And it used to be extremely difficult to create your own tube site, mainly because of the content as well as the streaming platforms, the hosting, and so on. But it's gotten a lot easier, and today I'm going to tell you the main steps that you need. You can also read the full article in the description below with all of the links to the different products that you will need to set up to get this done. So the first thing you'll really need to do before you even look at the software, the hosting, and so on is maybe narrow down your niche, and this will allow you to choose a name. Now this is really important, and the reason for this is, as you're probably aware, there are massive players in this field, such as AW Empire, who own Pornhub, and they also own Redtube and just a ton of different sites like that. And then you have a lot of other big players in these niche fields that can outperform you money-wise. Now, as with every industry and business, there is, of course, always a way to narrow in and claim a subsection of that industry and that sector and that niche, but it would be much easier for you to do that if you pick a niche. So for example, if you wanted to say pick the anime niche, or people from Norway or Sweden, whatever it is, it can be a demographic, it can be a location, or it can be a kink or something along those lines. But essentially what you want to do is choose a subsection and a niche, and then you want to pick a domain name that will go around that. So basically, once you've decided on your niche, for example, let's say animefromjapan.com, then you're going to want to head over and buy that domain name straight away. And what this will allow you to do is to then set up that niche with SEO and everything going forward, which we'll talk about in this channel later on. Now, if you want to get your domain for the cheapest possible price, there is a link in the description to get a 20% discount on a Namecheap domain name, which will give you it for only $8.88 or less, depending on when you buy. The next thing you will need to set up your your tube site is, of course, hosting. Now, unfortunately, I don't want to jump too much into this because I already spent a minute talking to you about the best hosting product in the sponsored ad. So just to give you an idea, they are a sponsor of this, and it is, of course, ViceTemple. However, I will follow on from saying, when you're setting up a tube site, use the link in the description below. You should get $5 automatically from us off a Stallion product, which is normally $10 a month. And this is good enough for most people. If you already have massive traffic, for example, if you're a model and you know that you have 20, 30,000 people you can send to this, then I would advise going for their VPS network and picking one of their higher end systems and going with a higher end server, but they will help you through that 100% of the way. However, if you're just getting started and you're just looking to bolt this on right now, I would go with the Stallion product at only $10. And again, using the link in the description below, you'll get $5 off your first month, and we add different discounts constantly. So just check out the link in the description below. Now, the difficult part used to be setting up the tube site itself. Now, there used to be no out-of-the-box solution, which meant you had to code something. And let's be honest, you're coding something akin to a very advanced YouTube. However, we have worked to get you discounts with Adent.io, and these guys run a software company called DPD, and they know what they're doing. So now you can go and create your own tube site for free to start with if you just want to dip your toe in the water, and you can get their xStreamer platform. Now, if you check the link in the description below, you'll find both the free and paid version of xStreamer. You can only get the free version through our link, and also you'll get a discount through xStreamer themselves. We've teamed up to supply you guys with the best possible platform. Now, if you are a developer, then I would go with their $199 platform. If you're not a developer, I would go with their $299 platform. And these guys work hand in hand with Vice Temple, which is why I stress that they're the best people to go with, because both will be able to help you set up. Now, what this software does is it creates a clone essentially of something like Pornhub and gives you all the features you need: live previews, memberships, and so on. And the beauty is they have all the built-in advertising space, which will allow you to advertise your campsite as well. And that will set up the entire platform for you. So you don't need to do anything code-wise. You just install this platform on your new server and you are good to go. If you need any help hooking up the domain name, the system, or any of that, both of those companies will be happy to help. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'm a full-fledged developer for most of my life, so I'm sure I can answer anything you need. So just ping me in the comments below. Finally, the most difficult part, of course, is getting content. Now, while I stress that over time you want to be focused on making partnerships, getting exclusive content, and especially, this is where it comes in beautifully, if you're running a campsite as it is, and on Friday I'm going to show you how you can do the same thing we're doing today with a tube site and lose giving a commission to Chatterbait by setting up your own campsite completely, then you can basically go ahead and use those connections you have in the cam world to get recordings, spy shows, and so on, and move them exclusively into your site and gain memberships. However, when you're just starting out, this is quite difficult. And this again is where xStreamer comes in. They have a full copyright center that knows what content you can use exclusively on your site. And not only will they tell you where to get it, their system will automatically scrape it in. This means you'll get thousands of videos in your niche to start with, and that just makes life a hell of a lot easier. Now, when it comes to making money from a tube site, it's exactly the same as we explained about a campsite. You just need to create content, create connections, and create a social media presence, and you could drive people to this tube site. So you'll either make money from them there, or you can use this to convert over to the models on your campsite, and it's a great way to add a big bottom line to the end of your monthly income. So that is today's video about how you can create a tube site. If you want more and more details on this, check out the description below. It links to the full article on Together We Can that details everything, gives you all the resources you need. And on Friday, we're going to be talking about how you can do something similar to create a cam site. And then over the coming weeks, we're going to be talking about more and more marketing content. We're going to have some special guests who've worked in this industry for over 20 years joining us in early December. Do please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Together We Can.